Welcome back. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to finish up as much as we can on this outhouse. You can see we've already framed it out, and there's another video that'll show you that. I'll link in the description. But now Brock and I are just putting on some T111 siding. Don't know why it's called that, but that's what it's called. And for now, we're just covering up where that window is going to go. No need to route it out. I just hit my thumb. We're doing everything with a hammer. Brock wants to get a pneumatic nailer. He's got a giant, huge air compressor, and he wants to get an air-powered nailer, framing nailer, and a finished nailer, and all of that. And I don't know. There's something about just pounding those nails in with a hammer that appeals to me. You'll see me knocking in nails, pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding many times for one nail, and then pulling it back out, because I'm not very good at pounding in nails because I don't have a lot of experience at that. But the great thing is, even at 54 years old, I was when we were doing this last summer, right before my 55th birthday. I'm not too old to learn things, and you're not too old to learn things. The only way to learn is just sometimes to... All right, now here I'm showing you what Brock was doing is we needed an extra board put in there to have something to nail to. He had to make up for the bolts in the floor that had to put our framing kind of wonky, not fully 16 on center. All right, there we go. And now we're at the very back of the outhouse. And I don't know, something seems confusing. Not sure what. Having a discussion there. All right, there we go. And I think he wanted to lift that up just a hair. I'm not sure, I don't remember what we put under it, if we put a shim under it. But I know that he wanted it like a 1/4 inch off the ground so that water wouldn't splash to the underside of that T111 or stick to that, absorb into it and rot it out. It really does take a lot of nails, and it looks like that very edge doesn't have anything to nail up to, and you see I've got a 2x4 there, and we're going to stick that in. Again, because we had to, actually on this side, I think we mismeasured. On the back we mismeasured, but on the sides we had to account for or accommodate for the bolts. Not entirely sure. But we're getting it in there, and you can see me bending over with my broken foot because I can't squat or kneel with that broken foot, and just toenailing that 2x4 in. And we are doing 2x4 construction on this outhouse, even though it's the Upper Peninsula, because yes, we're going to heat it, but it's not a living space, so we don't have to heat it as much. We're thinking about putting in a diesel heater in the wintertime just to keep it, above zero. Would be kind of nice when we have to go out there a few times a day. And there we go. We're just ripping that piece of T111 so it fits that corner. And just tacking that in there and ripping it out. Brock's a lot better with nails than I am. And here I am, we have to put an extra board there, and I don't remember why that was. Unless it's just so that we have something to nail to on the inside. I'm not really sure. Oh yes, I remember now. And that is, if you see there by my arm, that's like an extension, a filler piece of 4x4 or 2x4 filling in that corner there. Because this is the 10-foot side. And basically what I'm doing, I think they call it laminating. I'm just nailing the two boards together so that they don't go anywhere.
I think that'll do since we're going to put top plate over it. Right?
And here's Brock doing the other side. He's much better at toenailing than I am. He's actually the one who taught me how to toenail because he had at least a little bit of experience when he built my soap room in Washington. And there we go. Now we're cutting out the bird mouths and finishing up those cuts with a little handsaw. And just checking to make sure that it sits right. And now Brock is going to cut out all those bird mouths while I go ahead and start painting. They say the T111 is okay as long as it's primed, and it is primed. But we just wanted a little extra protection for it while we go back to Washington. And by the way, there is a paint pan underneath that black bag right there that you saw me pour that into. I just didn't have any liners and we don't really have a lot of access to water out there. So didn't want to have to wash a bunch of stuff out. In fact, the brush that I use is one of those chip brushes. It's a disposable paintbrush. Not sure what Brock is doing over there. He has his hammer though, so he's fixing something. I did end up painting the 3 walls that we put up. And now we're getting the rafters up. I learned that this style of roof is called a shed roof because it only has a single slope. When we build our shed, it's going to have a gable roof like a house. And here's me really struggling to toenail those in. Brock's gonna have to do it. I have to tell you, I love July in the UP. Most of the mosquitoes are gone. We're actually able to go out without our head nets, wearing t-shirts instead of long sleeves. At least until the sun goes down. Now we do have taller, a taller ladder. We have one of those little giant extension ladders that can turn into 2 folding ladders. And that goes up, oh goodness, at least 12 feet, if not longer. I think more like 16 feet. And when I come back, I will be bringing the whole ladder because I have to get up on a roof by myself. Again, toenailing isn't my favorite thing to do. I'm not really great at it, but that's the only way to get those in without just paying a lot of money for those straps, those metal straps that you can use. Didn't really want to do that. It's an outhouse. That roof isn't going to go anywhere. And the more I practice, the better I'll get. I wanted to put my drone up in the air this day, but you can see the wind, and drones really don't like wind. Would have been nice to be able to get an overhead view. And there you see we're holding that board up so that Brock can nail it in. He was just using the speed square to make sure that he's got it level. So that when we put the plywood on top, it won't, that board won't interfere with it. It would be interesting if I could remember what we're talking about there. Ah, yes, I remember now. Okay, so we have to put plywood up, and the idea was we were going to put a little board up on the edge so that we would have something to tack the plywood to. You can see it's not plywood, it's OSB. And I don't know if you saw it said something like strength access. You really do have to put it a certain direction for strength, especially up on the roof. And this is me with a very heavy heart starting to clean and organize and pick things up, pack things up. Because it is July the 2nd. No, July the 3rd. And Brock has already overextended his stay in Michigan by almost a whole week. He was supposed to be back by July 1st to his job in Washington. And we've run out of time. Measuring out for the foundation took days longer than it should have. And unfortunately, the outhouse had to take the back seat to the foundation. There we go, starting to load things into the Suburban. Packing things up, covering up our building materials, our roofing. Now, before we left, we did install the ice and water barrier on the roof, but we did not get the metal up. And then we packed up the trailer, closed it up, locked the gate, and went on back to Washington. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and support the channel. Buy me a coffee. Thank you very much.